はい、お願いします。お願いします。
はい、カレさん。
はい。よ
いしょ。はいよ。
この量をみんなに食べてもらえたら幸せな気分になるんじゃないかなと思います。
今測ってるけど 2.8 キロがあるよな、多分な。総重量。持ってくるのに重いもんな。斉藤さん重いべ今。
重いですよ。
重いべ。
Chinese style izakaya Tenkai. Starting from pre-opening preparations. It's a restaurant known for serving huge portions in Hitachi City, Ibaraki. The meat's already done. It's sweet and sour pork, called konfi. I fry it for 2.5 hours, on 60 degrees Celsius. So that's why I told you I come here at around 6. So the reason I cook it at 60 degrees is because proteins harden above 60 degrees. But because it's under 60 degrees, the meat doesn't get tough. I wonder if this kind of huge genkotsu sour pork has made it on YouTube yet. They're so soft, but because they're such big chunks of meat, I need to keep them over a flame for 2 hours. There's an invisible attention to detail hidden in each dish. 8 kilograms are consumed each day. Then we also need to wash the vegetables. Roles are assigned and preparations commence. Where did you learn to cook? I was in Tokyo a dozen years, and then I came back to Ibaraki. It was hotel related, but then I wanted to start my own shop. It started out real small, you know. That shop was only about 10 square meters. Not a single bank wanted to take us on, us in our tiny little shop. It costs over 40 million yen, right? From the interior construction and everything. There was nothing there to start with, so we had to start with construction. We also built the flooring. The walls have this lightweight steel in them, also insulation. There's about 3 layers in there. You can't see it, but it costs a whole lot of money. Making the ducts also costs between 2 and 3 million. If you're in the business, you know what I'm talking about when you see it. On the other hand, it cost me so much money that I thought about quitting halfway through. But you can't halt construction as soon as you start. Has COVID affected your business recently? Sales have gone down. I don't know whether anyone will show up for lunch or not. The 3-day weekend went pretty well. Back to 90% of our prime. It's no longer allowed to eat and drink at the companies. Working from home is also being promoted. There are simply no people around. We haven't been busy since yesterday. It's bad. Lunch is a game of speed. Everything's preheated. The pandemic is too much to bear. The sudden decrease in customers has also taken its toll on the boss's mental health. It's a common problem everywhere. Many lives have changed due to the pandemic. The shop also appeared on Omo Uma Mise. Omo Uma's film crew came to visit yesterday. The boss treated them to many delicious meals. He seems happy about them stopping by as normal guests. In a genuine Ibaraki dialect, the words come out like machine gun fire. Even if it's your first time visiting, you'll be approached and talked to in a friendly manner. This sauce is used for chili shrimp. I make it myself, but I have to be the one to taste it and put it on the fire. Otherwise it turns out bad. What's popular for lunch? The lunch menu is popular. The hot and sour ramen isn't that popular on weekdays. On scorching hot days like this, it's better to avoid it. Otherwise you'll die from a heat stroke. After decades of running this place, we've got a fixed clientele. People that like chill tantamen and such. It's a small town after all. He's asking other staff about the customer base. We offer free coffee to the regulars, but coffee goes away so fast, doesn't it? Lots of regulars, right?
まあこの場所だからな。
No tourist destinations here, so not many people. But the regulars really help us out. We're really thankful for them. A place loved by its regulars with a lovable owner. When is the shop closed? Usually on Tuesdays. Not every week, but 2 or 3 times a month. What do you do on your days off? Work.
お休みなのに
We're busy making sweets.
お菓子作り
Sana-san, bring him one. Try it.
すいません
Supine is a miru-fyu paido. The process is almost the same as paido. Knead it, fold it, that's the way it's made. It's just dough, but it takes several hours. I got one. We're only making ones with black bean paste for now.
おすごいずっしり
Pretty tasty. Before, I used to buy them at a local manju shop and send them out at the middle and at the end of the year. But it's too much trouble, so now we make them ourselves. We made 160 the other day. It took 1, 2, 3, 5 hours. Without cooking it first, coated it with egg and baked. Even on the days off, they come here to work. Up until now, they've only had 2 days off this year. I'm sure they've got a reason. It's the end of the month, so payments and transfers have to be made.
92,863円が入ってるな。
Staff and suppliers, as well as loans, have to be paid. I don't know, I'm an analog guy.
テレビは見ますかテレビは
I watch TV, yes. Or I would, but because I get home late, I just end up falling asleep instead. If you watch TV now, it's always Prime Minister Abe and his war on COVID. If that's all they talk about all day, our guests just shrivel up and don't leave the house. Makes me sick. This time, the government won't help us out either. Money is a big deal. People seem to be influenced by the news quite a lot. We're doing about 4 different kinds of tantamen right now. Hot tantamen, chill tantamen, and our original umika tantamen. And also, tantamen without soup. He was trained at a hotel, so he's confident in his cooking. Has the staff been around long? They have, and they're good workers, even though it's tough. A phone call from the bank to check their current situation. He's explaining it to them. And immediately invites them over for a dinner party. Due to COVID, 6 reservations had to be cancelled today. Dinner parties bring in lots of money, so cancellations hurt. Some people do it privately, I guess. But if they would just let us do it without restriction, everybody would profit from that. But it's just an absolute no-go right now. Troubling. Really troubling. It's a shame somehow. In Tokyo too, right? If things were back to normal, would there be a lot of dinner parties? There would be, no doubt. Also, this area gets busy on Tuesdays, the so-called health day, when nobody has to work overtime. Even then, it's like the Pythagorean theorem, cause guests just stop coming in like pita. So they call it the Pythagorean theorem. It's numbing though, from this Pythagorean theorem, and I'm starting to detest it, brightening up the mood by cracking jokes. With the support of the regulars, they keep the shop going, one way or another. My shop also suffers from the Pythagorean theorem, so I get the feeling. The work is tough, but everyone's doing their best. There are 4 private rooms, making the organization of dinner parties easy. The seating area is cleaned neatly before opening. They've even appeared on Omouma. The dinner party courses are rich as well. Fresh salad used for lunch. Preparing seasoned ground meat used in various dishes.
味付け道具の麻婆豆腐にも使うし、担々麺にも乗せるし。
Such as mapo tofu and tantame. The strange thing is that this one here is always healthy. Never called in sick, not even once. In 8 years. You're okay, aren't you?
あんまり悪くならないんですか、体が。
I also haven't had a cold in several years. Many really robust people gather in the shop.
いや、それは普通だよ。
If you don't feel well and call in sick, that's alright. We are human after all, but I haven't called in once. Debt makes people stronger. We're not in the position to get sick. A due payment doesn't wait for you. I can't catch COVID. Debt makes people stronger. There's no time to catch COVID. Preparations continue steadily. Next up are the basic preparations for fried rice. Lunch is a game of speed. Preparations are very important.
あ、お客さん、お湯沸いた。
Mixing the eggs while stir-frying them at the same time saves time. It makes them more crumbly too. Provisionally stir-fried and topped on a rice bowl. Round 2. With many variations, fried rice is very popular. It already looks tasty. And another one. Preparing the garlic. What about the rising cost of raw materials? It's a big deal. In the cheapest season, oil used to be 2,600 yen. Now it's 7,000 yen. We make Chinese-style food, so a lot of oil is used. You're wrong if you think fried rice is cheap. Because the eggs absorb the oil. That's why, in the blink of an eye, one of these pots is used up. At home, you don't get that many PET bottles. It's not like that for us. But we also get a whole 18-liter drum. That's triple the amount. Oh, it's numbing. As if I was stung by a jellyfish. Complaining won't change a thing. I told one of the vendors not to come next month, and he started to apologize. Oh, it's just no use. What about menu prices? Unchanged. I'll have to change them eventually, but for now, we'll see how things go. But we won't change the price for lunch. We don't want to make the salarymen tighten their belts. Raising prices above 1,000 yen will be hard on them, just like decreasing the amount served. Not to mention Chinese food itself. We make the base, but so many seasonings go in there. So there has to be a certain amount. Otherwise, the balance goes off. Well, we'll need to think in the realms of possibility. We'll eventually have to raise the prices, though. Just the price of beef has gone up by 2,000 yen alone, I heard. And that goes for the steak meat, too. Chicken meat has gone up, too. One theory is that New York ramen is sold at 3,000 yen, but that's not the case in Japan. That goes for cashless, too. In the US, guests pay the processing fee, right? But in Japan, the shop has to bear that burden. We also offer payment by PayPay here. We only offer it when the bill surpasses 1,000 yen because of the fees. It's a loss. So we'll stop offering PayPay. Otherwise, we'll be in the red. We gotta pay hundreds of thousands in PayPay fees a year. It's just shop management. It's not like we only pursue profits. But we won't be able to pay our vendors if we don't make a profit. We need to make the right decisions so we can keep going. Even if we can make the guests happy, we will go out of business if we keep making losses. Going cashless in Japan is kind of tough. So many fees. The more you do it, the more you lose. We only make 100 yen profit off of something that's 1,000 yen. So if the fee is over 100 yen, we make a loss. It's only a 10% profit, you see. And also the labor costs. We're probably making even less due to the rising prices. We'll go out of business if this keeps going. We're blowing about 2,500 yen on a 50,000 yen dinner party. Just the fees, if they pay by card. 2,500, 2,700 yen. If you include the cost of stamps for registered mail, it's about 2,700. That's as much as one person paying their share. Even if they ask me, and even if I wanted to, I just can't offer it any longer. We won't be able to make a net profit unless we make 8,000 in sales. That's why card isn't an option anymore. So why not ask the guests to pay for the fee? The fee? Then they won't use their cards at all. They'll just say, buy cash instead, please. What do you want to do with the shop in the future? Nope. Looks like we're going out of business. If anyone wants to buy the place, I'll sell it. There aren't many people going to culinary school these days. Not to mention people choosing Chinese cuisine. Out of 100 people attending culinary school, about only 1 or 2 do so. At one time, Chinese cooks holding the specified skills visa came to Japan as migrant workers. But now, if they graduate Peking University, they can make 30 million a year working for Huawei. So they recommend their sons to go there instead. What about opening a second shop? There was a moment when the timing was good, but we didn't have enough people. I asked about their famous huge-sized portions. Some of the customers got mad at first. Are you kidding me, they said. So I replied in a serious way, no, I'm not. This is what we sell. There were complaints at first, it seems. There are 3 or 4 people. By the way, this was the problematic menu item. How did you come up with these dishes? It's simple. You see, a lot of tableware shops are going bankrupt right now. So people order white tableware. White Chinese is what it's called. Anyway, that's why they go bankrupt. Because of things like the size not matching despite dishes being the same color, or the color not exactly being the same. So then for hot and sour ramen, or tantamen, we use red bowls. And those bowls are smaller, right? So from the start, they're already filled to the brim. So strangely, the guests were happy. And then it gradually escalated. It evolved more and more. I just can't get it all in the bowl. So for everybody, it's overflowing. But it's just a result of me trying to go for 15 centimeters in height. There's no winning against gravity in the end. But making it overflow isn't what I'm actually aiming for. So I look at it from the side and try to go for 15 centimeters. I'm some kind of fool, I think, with materials going up in price and all. So I think like, oh no, to myself. We've got a spicy type of shampoo called karachan on the menu. This year's karachan. If you think about it, the hot and sour ramen is around 930 yen. So in terms of cost, karachan has to sell for 950 or 970 yen. I'm not sure, but I like the number 8, so I made it 880 yen. But right when we opened the shop, the price of pork meat went up. Bean sprouts, we didn't worry about those too much. But then they also raised the prices for those. So if you want to know why we don't raise our prices, it's because it makes the guests happy. If we raise the prices, it won't make them happy. My heart always skips a beat when someone orders karachan rather than hot and sour ramen because of the high prices. I made a mistake. For us, it's more expensive than hot and sour ramen, but I made it cheaper for the guests. That's my mistake. You're laughing. I'm not trying to make you laugh, though. Just kidding. I'm glad you're happy. At first, we had the overflowing with joy level, but we're past that level now. It's a considerable amount. When we were on Uma, one dish was 2.2 to 2.3 kilograms. Weigh it now and it'll be around 2.8 kilograms. In terms of gross weight, it makes them hard to carry. Heavy for you too, Sato-san. Cooking with this pot is heavy for me too. Me too. My hand hurts. Do you get visitors from far away? So if 5 guests show up, it's not like they'll get 5 hot and sour ramen. They want to have a nice time eating and sharing shark fin fried rice instead. Yeah, and that's alright. So cause I'm an idiot and I forget stuff, I asked the sign maker to put a word or something on there. Cause I'm forgetful, but I want to make money. That's why if I have a look at the entrance, I know. Nobody else notices it, but every morning before I enter, I look at it. And then I'm like, right, let's do this. Even when it's one of those days, just by looking at that writing, I remember my initial motivation to run this shop. I'm stupid, but I thought of a way to remember that feeling. Opening of the shop, satisfying daily specials, bottles labeled with the names of regulars. You pass 50 and your body gets weaker. But when you're in your 40s, you can still work with a lack of sleep. Hot and sour tamen. Ah, hot and sour tamen came in. The first order of the day, hot and sour tamen. I'm thrilled. Throw in a whole bunch of vegetables. A wok full of ingredients. A picture from the menu. Hashi. Hot and sour tamen. More like reverse rip-off product. Sometimes there's this old couple that get karachan and hot and sour ramen. They think they can handle it, but they can't. But still, they're happy about it, so it's fine. Joy. It's not food for seniors. they might die by the rise in blood pressure. People are generally happy. Sweet and sour pork, hot and sour ramen, and karacha. A big bowl of shark fin fried rice is also joy. But nobody's able to eat it all up. The menu for huge portions is also referred to as joy. I set the fried rice on fire, so it burns, and then heat up the plate and, right in front of the guest, sprinkle it with seasonings and a lot of alcohol. They enjoy it when it's lit on fire. Leftover food can be taken home. The quiet before the storm. Twice cooked pork. Chilled tantamen. Hot and sour ramen. Mapomen.
Hey.
Sweet and sour pork.
これが大三担々麺って、ごまが一人じゃなくて、最終的にはビールとかみんな、干しエビとか、ザーサイとかみんな同じ。
Original Omika Tantamen, named after the part of town we're in. Omika Tantamen.
お願いします。
Stir-fried leek and chives. Ramen.
はい、ラーメン。
お願いします。
はい、日替わり唐揚げです。
はい。
Sweet and sour pork, so tender, it falls apart in the mouth. Sweet and sour pork.
Gyoza.
Draft beer.
失礼いたします。生ビールです。
お持ち帰りできますよ。はい。
Everything is available as takeout, except for the soup.
はい、唐揚げお2つお持ち帰りで。はい。
煮焼きですか。
An order for Karachan. Twice cooked pork.
エビマヨはそっちに、あと八宝菜、小倉さん4種類で。はい。何が。まだあれレバーは早いわ。もう一回入れたいけどね。はい。 でムースに引っかかるよ。やばいよ。
Picture from the menu.
お願いします。
はい、カラちゃん。
Kara-chan.
お願いします。
鉄板温めで。はい。
Seafood and shrimp yakisoba.
危ない危ない。何か。
お願いします。
牛肉に日替わりにかかる。日替わりにかかる。牛肉だ。塩ライスープ。
Mushu pork.
ごめんなさい、これタレカニ飯のかけちね。はい。はいよ、はい、カニ味噌かけて、はい、持ってっちゃって。
カニ玉。
魚屋の気分でシェイカーって感じ。2匹。牛肉とかしといて。はい。今、みんなでやってるからな。みたいに。
マポ豆腐。
はい。
Stir-fried beef with seasonal vegetables. Daily fried chicken set meal.
はい、牛肉の黒胡椒。
Stir-fried beef with black pepper.
いや、いくよ。はい。朝じゃ上がんない、時間かかるから。その間に。うわ、
はい、1250円。
はい。
Jumbo Gyoza.
3800円のプラスです。はい、さっきに3000円。
Stir-fried clams with garlic and white wine.
あさりお願いします。
はい。
The scorching hot kitchen is in full operation.
マンダム。はい。
唐揚げ、しぶた、
冷やし担々。
ラーメンチャーハン。
チャーハンある？あるよね。あります。冷やし中華何個？2個。はいよ。じゃあ、それ入れる。合間見てやるかな。
はい。はい、日替わり。はい。大体分と。
汗で見えましたか。次、麻婆メイク。はい。はい。
冷やし担当。
はいよ。冷やし中華2丁したよね。はい。2丁。ここ2丁だって。酢豚。麻婆麺。
そんなに麻婆麺チャンスですか？
ラーメンチャーハン餃子
Sweet and sour pork.
はい、麻婆麺とラーメンチャーハン2個。はい。
ぽい。よいしょ、これ。あと、大宮まんじゅうよ。上がるよ。はい。大宮と冷やし担々はセットだね、セットっていうか。これの7択って何飲んでんだ？ちょっとお土産がお願いで買って出しちゃったよ。
はい、ラーメン、麻婆麺。
Ramen. Mapo tofu.
かなり高いそれ。やばい。
サンプル8択もう1個です。あ、いや、私行くからいいや。はい。
はい、日替わり。
はい。
はい、すいません。
ありがとうございます。はい、どうもありがとうございます。
はい、大三か。
Omika tantamen. Mayo shrimp.
いきまよね。
Chilled Chinese noodles.
餃子いっといて。
はい。
Chilled tantamen.
はい、冷やし担々。はい。
お願いします。
Chili shrimp.
味ですね。半端じゃないスピードですね。早いよね。両手でじゃね、どうせいいから飾っちゃダメ。
はい、冷やし担々。
チャーハンよそった2個。
よそりました。
はい。
はい。これでいい？冷やし。
3択。
お願いします。
Seafood yakisoba.
斉藤さんお土産ね。はい。
A guest who had kara-chan. It was tasty, but I couldn't eat it all up. Just the way it looks is amazing. That's why I couldn't finish it, I guess. I knew it would be a large amount, but I've never actually tried something like this. I didn't go like, this is it. I went more like, can I eat this much? It's quite a lot, I thought. It's a popular place around here. So if everyone has these huge, delicious portions, I think it'll make them happy. Genkotsu sweet and sour pork.
麻婆丼です。
麻婆丼。Fried rice with crab. Sweets as souvenirs for the regulars. There aren't enough. There aren't lots of customers, right? It's getting empty fast, isn't it? It's not twice as many people, but it gets busy. Usually they line up. I got all the orders in my head. Many of the regulars also got takeout.
7時はいわかりましたはい大丈夫ですはい2名ですねはい承知しましたありがとうございますはいはい失礼します
What were you like when you were young?
何をされてたんですか
I didn't do a thing. We make 100,000 on weekends during lunchtime alone. Around 100 people show up. On good days, we recently make 60 or 70,000. It goes down by 20, 30, 40%. This past Sunday, during the 3-day weekend, we made 100,000 during lunchtime and 110,000 in the evening. Busy, right? And then the 3-day weekend was over and we went back to the Pythagorean theorem again.
考えてらっしゃることとか
I just take care of the guests that come. There's nothing else to do anyway. I treat them nicely. They come here all the way by car, because we're in the country. So you gotta do something that matches their expectations. And when that's the case, raising the price, even though I say it's unavoidable, might perhaps not be the right choice after all. There are so many things to think about. Even the sweets, they're not that expensive of a thing. Still, if it's gonna cost you anything, it's gonna be labor. If labor costs are high, you gotta sell them right. So that's why I make them on my days off. No labor costs. And I don't even like it. Working around the clock. I don't have any hobbies. Work is my hobby. I used to run after women. Now I'm done with that. He said he gained a bit of weight recently. I've got an old picture and I used to weigh less than half as much as I do now. Since I started here, I've always had dinner with everybody, but I fall asleep while eating. You think I'm kidding, don't you? I eat and suddenly, bam, I'm gone. The boss is a person living his life by following his instincts. Quite terrifying, this metabolic syndrome.
そうです。
あっという間になっちゃって、したらこれ多分痛風だよ。足痛いの。
At the end of the video, I'll present some pictures of the boss in his younger days. Let me order something too. Their specialty, sweet and sour pork, is very popular. The ramen and daily set menu. Both look satisfying. Handmade jumbo gyoza. 4 kinds of tantan men. Kara-chan with its destructive cost-to-profit ratio. Lots of a la carte options too. Portions may be bigger than pictured. Looking at the original, I can't believe my eyes. Omika tantamen. Super tasty. Soy sauce base with minced meat on top. I didn't have the courage to order hot and sour ramen. Jumbo Gyoza. Springy on the inside, juicy on the outside, tasty beyond doubt. Since we're here, I thought I'd share my gyoza with the boss.
ちょっと
He tasted my shop's gyoza.
なんですか、詰まってますんで気をつけてください。
本当はすげえ。
すごい、その厚さをよくいけますね。
餃子だよ。食べるとね。
はい。
見た目が本当小籠包だけどさ。
そうですね。
うまいわ。
ありがとうございます。
うまい、本当味。でもこれ独特だよな、小籠包みたいな形でさ、食べると完璧に餃子の味だもんね。
はい、そうですね。悪くないですか？
うまい。
あ、よかったです。一応これがまあうちのメインの餃子で。
うん。いや、うまいよ。
ありがとうございます。
なるほどね。
はい。
見たことないもんな、これね。
そうですね、あんまりないですね。
見た目がもう小籠包で、お昼食べさせたけど、見た目が小籠包だけど、あれ食ったらもう餃子で。
はい。
ニラと野菜入ってて、餃子なんですよ。独特だよな。なるほどね。
ぜひ、はい、皆さんで。
いただきます。
Please support them with a comment. Extra scene after this.
あんまり嫁さんを映すと怒られて。
ああ、わかりました。
ホテルに出てきたこんな感じ。和食料理長、総料理長、中華の料理長、俺副料理長で真ん中なんで。おお。すみません、ありがとうございます。この間魚屋も寄っていただいてるみたいで。すみません、ありがとうございます。
これ何歳ぐらいの時ですか？
中学2年か3年じゃね。多分。
決まってますね、やっぱり。
いや、こんなのいっぱいだよ、俺の前に8人くらい。目立つけどね。一番目立ったらモヒカンけ。モヒカンやった時は親に頼むから死んでくれって言うのな。モヒカンはキーだわな。